What are micronutrients? Micronutrients are essential nutrients required in small quantities for various bodily functions. Vitamins and minerals are crucial for growth, development, and overall health.
Unlike macronutrients, micronutrients don't provide energy, but are vital for energy production and other metabolic processes. Vitamins are organic compounds that can be fat-soluble or water-soluble. Fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, are stored in the body's fatty tissues and liver. Water-soluble vitamins, B complex and C, are not stored in large amounts and need regular replenishment. Minerals are inorganic elements that play various roles in the body, including structural, regulatory, and enzymatic functions. Major minerals, needed in larger amounts, include calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and chloride. Trace minerals, required in smaller amounts, include iron, zinc, iodine, selenium, copper, and manganese. Micronutrient deficiencies can lead to various health problems and diseases. Iron deficiency, for example, can cause anemia, while vitamin D deficiency can lead to weakened bones.
Adequate intake of micronutrients is essential for a strong immune system. Some micronutrients, like vitamin C and E, act as antioxidants, protecting cells from damage. Antioxidants are the substances that protect our body from the effects of unstable molecules called free radicals. The bioavailability of micronutrients can be affected by various factors, including the form of the nutrient and interactions with other compounds. Bioavailability of micronutrients. Influenced by food matrix release, digestive enzymes, intestinal mucosa binding and absorption, nutrient transfer across gut wall, body distribution, metabolism, and excretion. External factors, food quality and nutrient chemical form, internal factors, gender, age, nutrient status, life stage. Certain populations, such as pregnant women, the elderly, and those with specific health conditions, may have increased micronutrient needs. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats is the best way to obtain micronutrients. Some micronutrients, like vitamin B12, are primarily found in animal products, making them a concern for vegans and vegetarians. But still, the vegans can get their daily recommended dietary allowance of B12 from mushrooms, fortified plant-based milk, fortified cereals, nori, nutritional yeast, spirulina, tempeh, barley grass, spinach, and enriched flour. Fortification of foods with micronutrients has helped reduce deficiencies in many populations. Iodized salt, fortified flour with iron and folic acid, vitamin D. Fortification in milk, vitamin A. Fortification in cooking oil or sugar, folic acid. Fortification in grain products, fortification of rice with multiple micronutrients, iron, zinc vitamins. Vitamin supplementation may be necessary for some individuals, but should be done under medical supervision. The recommended dietary allowances, RDAs, provide guidelines for adequate micronutrient intake. Micronutrient needs can vary based on age, gender, physical activity, and health status. For example, iron requirement in women of childbearing age is 18 mg per day, whereas men require 8 mg per day. Calcium postmenopausal. Women require 1,200 mg per day, whereas younger adults require 1,000 mg per day. Vitamin D adults over 70 years require 800 international units per day, whereas younger adults require 600 international units per day. Folic acid pregnant women require 600 micrograms per day, whereas non-pregnant women require 400 micrograms per day. Vitamin B12 vegetarians, vegans, require 2.4 micrograms per day and can obtain through supplementation of plant-based sources, whereas omnivores, that is people who are non-vegetarian, require 2.4 micrograms per day, obtained from both animal source and plant source. Zinc-pregnant women require 11 mg per day, whereas non-pregnant women require 8 mg per day. Calcium adolescents, 9-18, require 1,300 mg per day, whereas children, 4-8 years old, require 1,000 mg per day. Vitamin A pregnant women require 770 microgram per day, whereas lactating women require 1,300 microgram per day. Environmental factors, such as soil quality and agricultural practices, influence the micronutrient content of foods, soil quality, and zinc content in crops. Poor soil quality, particularly soils that are low in organic matter or high in pH, can lead to lower zinc levels in crops such as wheat and maize. Example: in regions with zinc-deficient soils, crops grown may have insufficient zinc levels, leading to dietary deficiencies in populations that rely on these crops as staple foods. Soil fortification with zinc, or the use of zinc-enriched fertilizers, can help address this issue. Selenium content in plants and soil. Selenium levels. Selenium content in plants is directly related to the selenium content of the soil. Areas with low soil selenium levels produce crops with lower selenium content, which can lead to selenium deficiencies in the population consuming these foods. Example: in parts of China and New Zealand where soils are low in selenium, the population has been found to have lower selenium intake, which can affect immune function and increase the risk of certain diseases. Selenium supplementation or soil enrichment strategies are often employed to counteract this deficiency. Iodine and soil quality. Iodine levels in plants are influenced by the iodine content of the soil, which can vary greatly by region. Low iodine levels in soil, particularly in mountainous or inland areas, lead to lower iodine levels in locally grown foods. Example: in areas with iodine-deficient soils, such as the Himalayan region, people have historically been at higher risk for iodine deficiency disorders like goiter. Iodized salt programs have been a critical intervention in such areas. Use of pesticides and micronutrient content. Certain pesticides can affect the uptake of micronutrients by plants. For instance, the overuse of phosphorus-rich fertilizers can lead to zinc deficiency in the soil, thereby reducing the zinc content in crops. Example: excessive use of phosphorus fertilizers in certain farming regions has led to a decrease in zinc levels in crops like corn and soybeans, potentially contributing to zinc deficiency in local diets. Soil salinity and potassium. Content: high soil salinity can affect the potassium content of plants, as well as the plant's ability to absorb other nutrients. Crops grown in saline soils often have lower potassium levels. Example: in coastal regions or areas with poor irrigation practices, soil salinity can lead to reduced potassium levels in crops such as rice and wheat, which can contribute to potassium deficiency in the diet. Farming techniques and vitamin C content. Agricultural practices, including the use of certain pesticides and irrigation methods, can impact the vitamin C content in fruits and vegetables. Stressful growing conditions often lead to lower vitamin C levels in plants. Example: Excessive use of pesticides or improper irrigation can stress plants, leading to lower vitamin C levels in produce like oranges and strawberries, which are key dietary sources of this essential vitamin. Cooking methods can impact the retention of micronutrients in foods. Cooking methods can significantly impact the retention of micronutrients, such as vitamins and minerals, in foods. Some cooking methods can lead to the loss of these essential nutrients, while others can help preserve or even enhance their availability. Here's how different cooking methods affect micronutrient retention. Boiling. Nutrient loss. Boiling can cause a significant loss of water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C and B vitamins, and minerals, as they can leach into the cooking water. The longer the boiling time and the higher the temperature, the greater the loss. Retention tips. To minimize nutrient loss, use the least amount of water possible, and consider using the cooking water in soups or sauces to retain the leached nutrients. Steaming. Nutrient retention. Steaming is one of the best methods for preserving water-soluble vitamins and minerals. Since the food is not in direct contact with water, fewer nutrients are lost compared to boiling. Retention tips. Steam vegetables until just tender to retain maximum nutrients. Microwaving. Nutrient retention. Microwaving can preserve more nutrients than boiling, as it uses shorter cooking times and less water. However, overcooking can still lead to nutrient loss. Retention tips. Use minimal water and cook for the shortest time necessary to reduce nutrient degradation. Grilling and broiling. Nutrient impact. Grilling and broiling can lead to some nutrient loss due to high heat and direct exposure to flames, which may degrade heat-sensitive vitamins like vitamin C. However, grilling can also help retain fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin A and E, and minerals by reducing water loss. Retention tips. Avoid charring food, as this can create harmful compounds and degrade nutrients. Roasting and baking. Nutrient impact. Roasting and baking can help retain more nutrients compared to boiling, as the food is cooked without water. However, prolonged exposure to heat can degrade some vitamins, particularly vitamin C and B vitamins. Retention tips. Cook at moderate temperatures and avoid overcooking to preserve nutrients. Stir-frying and sautéing. Nutrient retention. Stir-frying and sautéing typically preserve more nutrients because these methods use short cooking times and minimal oil. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K are better preserved, and the addition of oil can enhance their absorption. Retention tips. Use healthy oils and cook at high temperatures for short periods to maximize nutrient retention. Nutrient retention. Pressure cooking uses high heat and steam, which can shorten cooking time and preserve more nutrients compared to boiling. However, very high temperatures can still degrade some heat-sensitive vitamins. Retention tips. Use pressure cooking for foods that normally require long cooking times to reduce nutrient loss. Blanching. Nutrient impact. Blanching, briefly boiling followed by cooling in ice water, can cause some nutrient loss, particularly water-soluble vitamins. However, it is usually quick, so the loss is minimal. Retention tips. Use blanching when necessary for peeling or freezing, but limit the time the food spends in boiling water. Poaching. Nutrient impact. Poaching involves cooking food gently in water or broth at low temperatures. This method minimizes the loss of water-soluble vitamins compared to boiling, but still results in some nutrient leaching into the cooking liquid. Retention tips. Use the cooking liquid in soups or sauces to retain nutrients. Deep frying. Nutrient impact. Deep frying can lead to the degradation of some vitamins due to the high temperatures involved. However, it can also increase the caloric content of the food and preserve fat-soluble vitamins. Retention tips. Avoid reusing oil multiple times, as this can increase the production of harmful compounds and reduce the nutritional quality of the food. Certain micronutrients, like folate, are crucial during specific life stages such as pregnancy. Some micronutrients interact to improve the absorption or action of one another. Micronutrients play essential roles in overall health, and certain micronutrients are particularly crucial during specific life stages or in specific physiological processes. Here's how specific micronutrients like folate are important during stages like pregnancy. Importance of folate during pregnancy. Role of folate. Folate, vitamin B9, is crucial for DNA synthesis, cell division, and proper fetal development. It plays a key role in forming the neural tube, which later develops into the baby's brain and spinal cord. Prevention of neural tube defects. Adequate folate intake before and during early pregnancy is essential to prevent neural tube defects, NTDs, such as spina bifida and anencephaly. Women of childbearing age are often advised to take folic acid supplements, the synthetic form of folate, to reduce the risk of these defects. Recommended intake. The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for folate increases during pregnancy to 600 micrograms, mcg, of dietary folate equivalents, DFE, per day, compared to 400 mcg for non-pregnant women. Micronutrient interactions. Micronutrients often interact in ways that can enhance or inhibit their absorption and function in the body. Understanding these interactions can help in planning a balanced diet that maximizes nutrient bioavailability. Enhancing absorption. Vitamin C and iron. Interaction. Vitamin C enhances the absorption of non-heme iron, the type of iron found in plant-based foods, by reducing it to a more easily absorbable form. Practical tip: pair iron-rich plant foods, like spinach or beans, with vitamin C-rich foods, like citrus fruits, tomatoes, or bell peppers, to improve iron absorption. Vitamin D and calcium. Interaction. Vitamin D increases the absorption of calcium from the intestine and is essential for maintaining proper calcium levels in the blood, which is crucial for bone health. Practical tip: ensure adequate vitamin D intake through sunlight exposure or dietary sources to optimize calcium absorption from dairy products or fortified foods. Zinc and vitamin A. Interaction. Zinc is necessary for the synthesis of retinol-binding protein, which transports vitamin A in the blood, making vitamin A available for use in the body. Practical tip: include both zinc-rich foods, like meat, shellfish, and legumes, and vitamin A-rich foods, like liver, carrots, and leafy greens, in your diet. Inhibiting absorption, calcium and iron. Interaction. High levels of calcium can inhibit the absorption of non-heme iron when consumed together, as they compete for the same absorption pathways in the intestine. Practical tip: avoid taking calcium supplements or consuming calcium-rich foods simultaneously with iron supplements or iron-rich meals. Phytates and mineral absorption. Interaction. Phytates found in whole grains, legumes, and seeds can bind minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, reducing their absorption. Practical tip: soaking, sprouting, or fermenting grains and legumes can reduce phytate levels and improve mineral absorption. Specific life stages and micronutrient needs. Pregnancy. Iron. Increased iron needs during pregnancy support the expanded blood volume and the growth of the fetus. Iron deficiency can lead to anemia, which is associated with adverse outcomes for both mother and baby. Calcium. Critical for fetal bone development. especially in the third trimester. Inadequate calcium intake can lead to depletion of the mother's bone stores. Iodine, essential for thyroid function, which influences fetal brain development. Iodine deficiency during pregnancy can lead to cognitive impairments in the child. Infancy and childhood. Vitamin D, necessary for bone development and immune function. Deficiency can lead to rickets, a condition characterized by soft and weak bones. Zinc, important for growth, immune function, and cognitive development. Zinc deficiency can impair growth and increase susceptibility to infections. Older adults. Vitamin B12. Absorption of vitamin B12 decreases with age due to reduced stomach acid production. B12 is vital for nerve function and the production of red blood cells. Calcium and vitamin D. Older adults are at a higher risk of osteoporosis, so maintaining adequate levels of calcium and vitamin D is crucial for bone health. Micronutrient status is crucial for diagnosing deficiencies or excesses that can impact health. Blood tests are the most common method for assessing micronutrient levels, measuring the concentration of specific vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients in the blood. Examples include 25-hydroxyvitamin D tests, serum vitamin B12 tests, iron tests, folate tests, calcium tests, zinc tests, magnesium tests, urine tests, hair, nail, and tissue analyses. Urine tests can also assess micronutrients excreted in the urine, such as iodine and vitamin C tests. Hair analysis measures trace elements like zinc, selenium, and mercury over time, while nail analysis reflects micronutrient levels over several months. Physical signs and symptoms to identify potential micronutrient deficiencies include vitamin A deficiency, iron deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency, and vitamin C deficiency. Dietary assessments, such as 24-hour recall, food frequency questionnaire, FFQ, and dietary records, help estimate nutrient intake and identify potential dietary gaps. Bone density scans, such as dual-energy X-ray absorptiometry, DEXA scans, measure bone mineral density, indirectly assessing calcium and vitamin D status, and are used to diagnose osteoporosis and assess fracture risk. Micronutrient research is a growing field, revealing new roles and benefits of essential nutrients in health and disease prevention. Recent findings highlight the role of vitamin D in immune system modulation, particularly in reducing the severity of autoimmune diseases and managing mood disorders. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, are essential for brain development and cognitive function, and may help slow cognitive decline in older adults and reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Magnesium is crucial for maintaining normal blood pressure and heart rhythm regulation, and its deficiency may increase the risk of atrial fibrillation and other heart rhythm disorders. Zinc has antiviral properties and has been studied for its potential in reducing the duration and severity of common cold symptoms. Research continues to evaluate the effectiveness of zinc in preventing or treating COVID-19. Zinc is not a cure for COVID-19. It plays a supportive role in the immune system, and adequate zinc levels may help in managing the body's response to the virus. Vitamin K2 is gaining attention for its role in bone health, directing calcium to bones and preventing arterial calcification. This helps in maintaining bone density and reducing the risk of osteoporosis. Selenium has antioxidant properties and has been studied for its potential role in reducing the risk of certain cancers and thyroid health. Choline is essential for brain development, particularly during pregnancy and early childhood, and plays a role in liver function by preventing fat accumulation. Micronutrient deficiencies, also known as hidden hunger, are crucial for public health, reducing child mortality and promoting economic development. Key global initiatives include food fortification, supplementation programs, biofortification, nutrition education and behavior change, integrated approaches, and monitoring and surveillance. Food fortification involves adding essential vitamins and minerals to commonly consumed foods to enhance their nutritional value. Examples include iodized salt, fortified flour and rice, and fortified oil and sugar. Supplementation programs provide targeted groups with high-dose vitamins and minerals to prevent or correct deficiencies. Biofortification is the process of breeding crops to naturally contain higher levels of essential vitamins and minerals. Examples include orange-fleshed sweet potatoes, iron-rich beans, and zinc-enriched rice. Nutrition education and behavior change programs aim to improve knowledge about nutrition, promote healthy dietary practices, and encourage the consumption of nutrient-rich foods. Examples include school feeding programs and community nutrition programs. Integrated approaches combine multiple strategies, such as the Scaling Up Nutrition (SUN) movement and multisectoral programs. Monitoring and surveillance systems track the prevalence of micronutrient deficiencies, evaluate the impact of interventions, and guide policy decisions. Examples include demographic and health surveys and micronutrient surveys. Understanding micronutrients is essential for developing effective nutrition strategies that promote optimal health and prevent disease. These strategies can be tailored to meet individual needs based on age, gender, health status, and lifestyle. Micronutrients, including vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, play a crucial role in various bodily functions, including metabolism, immune response, and cellular repair. Micronutrients are linked to a lower risk of chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Micronutrients are vital for maintaining a robust immune system, reducing infection risk, and enhancing cognitive function and mental health. They are essential for brain development, mental health, maternal and child health, and addressing global health challenges. Understanding the role of specific micronutrients in health helps prevent deficiency-related disorders. Public health guidelines, such as Dietary Reference Intakes, DRIs, help in designing interventions that address common deficiencies in specific groups. Therapeutic nutrition can be developed by guiding the development of therapeutic diets, such as increasing magnesium intake to manage hypertension and ensuring adequate zinc levels to boost immune function during illness. Addressing micronutrient deficiencies is key to achieving sustainable development goals.